It was a sensational statement by Mr. Jagdeo on Thursday that the government is operating a criminal enterprise. He told reporters that false documents, including birth certificates and passports, are being sold for 6,000 United States dollars per person, and the illegality is being facilitated by the Ministry of Citizenship. Jagdeo said that from 2015 to present, some 6,710 Haitians arrived in Guyana and only 1,104 departed.
Clearly, most of those Haitians have departed, but they have done so illegally. And we believe they're facilitated through Guyana into Suriname, and the authorities in Suriname should be wary of this, and into French Guyana. That there is a big people smuggling racket aided by the government that issues fake passports. We heard it's $6,000 per passport.
In a telephone conversation, State Minister Joseph Harmon said he has no knowledge of what Mr. Jagdeo is speaking, but he is certain the government is not involved in that.
But I can say to you, without a shadow of a doubt, that this government is not involved in any form of people smuggling. In fact, you will find that the last U.S. State Department report on trafficking in persons, that we have an excellent report where that is concerned.
Right.
And it shows that the government is taking active steps to dissuade or to prevent trafficking in persons. We're taking steps at the government level, at the level of the judiciary, and at every other enforcement level.
Jagdeo said the PPP intends to bring the matter up with the international community, since according to him, a people smuggling ring could be a sinister plot for the next general elections.
And that's why we have started to check the registration at the different registration centers. That once people are issued with their documents and they depart Guyana, the passport, the birth certificate to get a passport, that could be used to pad the voters list.
That is almost impossible, said Mr. Harmon.
His mind is warped if he thinks in that way. Because even if you were to accept, even if you were to give some credence to his theory, that, okay, you allow people into the country, how do they get onto the voters list? That is another process, which is regulated by the Elections Commission and a whole host of other checks and balances which are in the system, and for which the opposition has members of the Elections Commission. At every stage along the way, they have representation.
Mr. Harmon pointed out that if Mr. Jagdeo wants to lend credibility to his statements, he should say who his sources are. The State Minister said Mr. Jagdeo is just trying to portray that he has access to official government documents.
So, Minister, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Well, I will deal with it in this way. That is that we will basically reaffirm our position that confidential government documents are, that is just exactly what they say, and that persons who give out this information and these documents are putting themselves at risk at official censure by the government.
Roy Dan James, HGP Nightly News.